This is Craig with Games with Authentic Battle Damage. Today we're going to finally finish up our controller. We've been kind of holding off on it because we've been adding some other stuff that is, well, cool and necessary. So let's go ahead and get into it. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to need to create our controller. But before we do that, let's just kind of go over everything. We've got our program class, which has our entry point of main for our console program. We have our player class that handles all of the player logic and score and stuff like that. And then we have our model, which basically holds the data for the win table, the players, and negotiates those things. And then we have the view. So we've got some great classes here that have defined responsibilities. So now the responsibility of the controller is going to be to basically do what our main has been doing all along. So we're going to call this RPS controller. So for example, this right here, all right here is basically what the controller should do. And we're more than likely just going to copy and paste this over. So let's start with, move this guy over here. All right, so let's get rid of this namespace because, again, we're not going to talk about those yet. We will, though. When we talk about libraries, we will talk about namespaces because that's one situation where they become very important. All right. Okay. RPS controller. So the first thing, this is going to kind of like control our game. So this is where we can actually just, put something like public void start game. So this will be our starting point. And now if you remember in our chart here, the controller communicates with the model and it doesn't communicate with the view. I think we're going to have to break that here in this version, but we'll fix it in the next version. So that's okay. So the first thing we can do, let's see here. These guys getting added. This is, a model thing, but this is something that the controller should, control. So let's create a public void add players. Okay. And remember, because our model is a singleton, we can access it pretty much anywhere. So, all right. And then the other thing we're going to need is a public void game loop. So now our game loop is basically what this while is doing. But we're going to simplify things a little bit, and we're just going to kind of take everything that's over there in the main method and just put it in there. So we can get rid of this because we already copied that over. And then in our, take this guy, let's move it over to our game loop. All right. We got some complaining going on, which is fine. And then we should be able to get rid of this. All right, great. And then here we just need to create our RPS controller. Controller equals new RPS controller. And then we'll just need to call controller start game. Awesome. And then in our start game, we will add players and they'll run the game loop. Okay. And then the only other thing here that we need to do is we need to make it so that we can print things. So like I said, we're going to give the controller access to the view. Normally we wouldn't do this, so let's just create a variable to hold the view. Let's make it private. And then we'll make it part of the constructor, our PS view. This.view equals view. There. All right. And then now we don't need this to be static anymore because we don't have any static methods that needs to be accessed from. So we can move that into the main method. And then we pass it into our constructor for our controller. All right. Let's try and compile it and see if we get any errors. No errors. All right. Yes, I win. Okay, let's see if I can do it again. See. Oh, yeah, man. This is my freaking lucky day. I love it. All right. Great. That looks really good. I think we've got... I think that's a good refactoring for now. So, yeah, we can take care of the view in the next one. And just to give you a little teaser of what we're going to do, we're going to remove the view from the controller, and we're going to create an event. And we're also going to use a delegate. So we're going to learn a little bit about delegates and events. And what's going to happen is whenever the model will get updated by the controller, and then it will fire an event that will the view will be listening for. So it'll know to update itself. So, all right, great. If you like these types of videos and are excited about what games are to come, I'm actually already have I already have tic-tac-toe going. So that's going to be the next one. And then I've also got a new game that I want to do. And that is, I'm calling it Hex Invaders, because we're going to have to learn about hexadecimal. So I thought, hey, let's make a game out of it. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. If you like this video, please go ahead and like it. Thanks for watching.